Alright people, I know I've been gone for a little bit when it comes to reviews, but I'm back this week because we have Alita Battle Angel that came out this week, and let me tell you right now that Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron outdid themselves with this, so let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba Show.
Alright, so Alita Battle Angel is starring Rosa Salazar, Christoph Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, and Mahershala Ali, and is directed by Robert Rodriguez. And basically the premise of this movie is we have the poor people, you know, the scum of the earth that's basically on the bottom part of the earth, and the uppity rich people live up in the sky in this like floating city. And we have this doctor that finds this disheveled cyborg in a scrapyard. She's deactivated, and he pretty much brings her back to life. And the movie is basically her on a quest to try to remember her past, and that's pretty much the gist of the movie without ruining it for you guys. Alright, so what worked for the movie? Let me start off by saying this. Visually, this movie is stunning. This movie is amazing. Great CGI with Alita. There's certain parts in the movie where she almost looked like a real girl. Even the other cyborgs in the movie, the way they just blended the robotic mechanisms with like the actor's real face, it almost looked like they were real cyborgs. And the fighting in this movie was unreal. There was some great choreographed fight scenes in this movie with Alita. It was almost like she couldn't be touched. That's how superb her fighting skills was. The acting was on point. I mean, come on, you got Christoph Waltz in this movie. And the girl that played Alita, Rosa, she really did a stupendous job in this movie. Even though like she was probably CGI, you know, doing motion capture, like you felt the emotion with her acting with this character. So I'm pretty sure they probably did the motion capture like James Cameron did with Avatar. I mean, James Cameron did produce this movie, and I think he wrote the screenplay, so that explains why. You know, the cinematography was on point. The storyline was pretty good. I know that this movie kind of got mixed reviews from the critics, and I know this movie is based off of the manga, but for me, not knowing really too much about this, I heard about Alita over the years, and I was always waiting for this movie because this movie's been in the works with James Cameron for a very, very long time. And I think just because he got probably caught up with his Avatar movies, that he doesn't really have time to direct this movie, and that's why he passed the torch on to Robert Rodriguez, and that's why he stayed on as a producer. And like I said, I think he wrote the screenplay, but this movie was surprisingly good. Even though I don't know too much about the manga, I just really think that this is a solid movie. Alright, so what didn't work for the movie? There's not a lot that I could really complain about this movie. Sometimes the pacing slowed down just a little bit. I wouldn't really call it a slow burn, but it slowed down a little bit. And I felt like Mahershala Ali, he was like a secondary villain. He wasn't like the main villain. There was like another villain that was like a puppet master in the movie, but you didn't really get to see him too much. So I just felt like Mahershala Ali, being like the secondary villain, he was kind of weak. He didn't put no fear in my heart whatsoever. And I just felt like he was a wasted talent in this movie because Mahershala Ali is a great actor. And I just felt like they could have did more with his character so he could have more of a presence in this movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, like what he brought to the table for what he had probably presented to him that he brought to the table, he did okay, but I just felt like the character itself really didn't do nothing for me because I did not have no type of fear. Like when he came on the scene, I wasn't like, oh shoot, he's here, who's going to die next? I didn't really get that feeling from him. And that's all I could really say that what didn't work for the movie. Alright people, so on the Kaiba scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie a solid 8. For somebody that doesn't know too much on the manga of this character, I think this movie was a solid movie. The action was on point, the visuals were stunning in this movie, cinematography, everything. Hopefully the fans out there that do know the source material won't be like, oh no, this movie was okay, they messed this up, they messed this up. Just going into the movie as a regular moviegoer, this was a solid movie, so I definitely think it's worth seeing in IMAX and definitely worth buying on Blu-ray when it comes out. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. After doing that, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video, and please leave a comment and hit the like button at the bottom.